He's everyone's new favourite Canadian, so this one's bound to cause a few arguments. But the Doopies have never shied away from a good fight. We'd often get our asses kicked as a result, but that's a story for another day. So who could kill the Merc with the mouth? I know what you're thinking. Fox, right? And though they did a pretty good job initially, there's still time.
In previous videos, we've looked at less powerful characters who could pull off a win, but with Deadpool, it's gonna be much harder work. This guy's healing factor alone make an actual kill pretty tough to achieve. He survived nuclear explosions and numerous decapitations, making him officially more resilient than a tardigrade, though probably not as cute. Then there's that curse from Thanos which complicates things even more. But we'll get to that. In short, we're looking for characters with a very particular set of skills.
Sadly, we'll have to deny Wade the use of his teleportation device in all these scenarios, and as usual, the list is based on personal opinion. So please don't flood the comments citing Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe as a reason we're wrong.
So how exactly do you kill this guy? Well, there are a few substances known to suppress Wade's healing factor, like carbonadium, which could be used to great effect, but since DP requires only a single cell to regenerate from, we need a scenario where it's destroyed on an atomic level, with absolutely no traces remaining. Alternatively, a character with reality warping abilities sufficient to disrupt Wade's healing or negate it altogether could do the job too. So with all that out of the way, who could kill Deadpool?
Number 5, Thanos.
So you know how Deadpool was cursed with eternal life by Thanos? No? Well, it goes like this. Lady Death has the hots for Deadpool, but there's another vying for her affections. You guessed it, that big wrinkly purple dude in the floating chair. To keep DP being from his lady love, Thanos cursed him to eternal life, which means he can't be killed and therefore cannot bump uglies with Death, which is kind of a dick move.
So what if Thanos were to remove the curse? It'd make Wade much more killable, right? You see, DP's healing factor is derived from Wolverine's, and as we've seen, this guy can very much die. The question is, why would Thanos ever remove the curse? Maybe he's found a new baby mama for himself? Maybe he just stops being a cockblock? Either way, once the curse is removed, it's an easy job for the Mad Titan. Thanos' powers aren't often fully explored, but a quick atomization is well within his bounds. Just to be on the safe side, he could even fling the Merc's separated atoms into the sun, so no more healing for Wade. Luckily for us though, Thanos has indeed lifted that curse, so there are plenty of other ways we could kill him.
Number 4, Hydro Man.
Okay, we're sorry to give such a lame character a kill, but hear us out. Morris Bench is able to transform his molecules into a water-like substance. He can also merge with and control larger bodies of H2O. Deadpool would no doubt put up a fight, but bullets and other projectiles would simply pass through Mori's body. The battle would be pretty one-sided, and Hydro Man could drown DP without too much hassle. And the more Deadpool fights, the quicker he'd lose consciousness, eventually starving his vital organs of essential oxygen and shutting down bodily functions, which would theoretically include Wade's ability to regenerate cells.
If kept submerged long enough, DP would suffer severe brain damage, which other YouTubers have proposed could kill him, though as we saw with Wolvie in Days of Future Past, this possibly could be reversed as soon as he got his head above water. The key to Hydro Man's win would lie in keeping Wade in the water on a permanent basis, until he's too wrinkly to survive. Locking Deadpool in a sealed cell should do just fine, and while he might not be technically dead, he wouldn't be alive either. Another interesting factoid about Hydro Man is that he claims not to have aged since gaining his powers, implying that he may indeed be immortal himself. If this turns out to be true, he could do a bi-yearly check-in to make sure DP's still locked up and not breathing.
Number 3, the Hulk.
The Jolly Green Giant ain't known for his smarts, but his other half is. No, not Betty, but Bruce Banner, the foremost expert on gamma radiation, the stuff that turned him big green and angry. Gamma rays have also been shown to affect Deadpool's healing factor in the past. It basically breaks down his ability to reform himself after physical trauma, meaning no more regrown or reattached limbs.
Obviously Deadpool can't hurt Hulk, although maybe in the fields. And even with all the smashing in the world, the Hulk can't keep Wade down forever, unless he worked hand in giant green hand with Banner. Over the years, the Hulk has, at various points, and depending on the needs of the writer, shown the ability to think and reason, and even work in cahoots with puny Banner, so it's not impossible for brains to work with brawn. Now, we know what you might be thinking. Banner easily gets decapitated in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and while we do concede that a non-green Bruce is vulnerable, we'd argue he'd Hulk out long before Wade's blade completed the chop.
Banner would inevitably need some prep constructing an environment that flooded DP's cells with gamma radiation to such an extent that his healing factor was negated. Wade isn't the smartest of chaps and could easily be lured into a well-laid trap, perhaps on the promise of some delicious Mexican food. Once the brain work is done, Brawn takes over and the Hulk pounds the Merc with the mouth into a bloody mess. Provided all the carnage is confined within said environment, the constant barrage of gamma radiation would prevent the gooey remains from recombobulating, leaving Bruce to do what he does best: a lonely walk into the distance.
Number 2, Apocalypse.
Weird face, big lips, never seems to die. No, it's not Mick Jagger, but Apocalypse, one of the oldest and most powerful mutants on the block. Born thousands of years ago in Egypt, Ensabar-Nur has the innate ability to alter his body on a molecular level, but it was the acquisition of celestial knowledge and technology that really made him a powerhouse. As such, Apocalypse has become functionally immortal, using his time to become a genius in several fields such as genetics, engineering, and fine arts, probably.
Apocalypse's ability to alter the molecular makeup of other beings is well known, and he's been doing it for centuries. Just ask Angel, whose natural wings were replaced by metal ones, and whose skin was turned blue, because if we need anything, it's more blue mutants. Apocalypse was also instrumental in the creation of Exodus, an otherwise normal man whose latent mutant powers were activated by Nur.
If Apocalypse is able to jumpstart powers on a genetic level, it stands to some reason that he could also strip the genome of such powers, as in fact he did to Exodus. So how does this relate to Deadpool? Well, through his expert knowledge and access to incredibly advanced tech, Apocalypse could permanently remove Wade's healing factor, rendering him essentially a normal dude who is riddled with extremely aggressive cancer. Once Apocalypse has done the dirty on DP's DNA, all he'd need do is sit back and watch the poor guy die a fairly rapid and horrendous death. Or he could, just pull his head off like he did in the comics.
Number 1, Franklin Richards.
One of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, Franklin Richards can pretty much do what he likes, except get his own ongoing series. The son of Reed and Susan, Franklin is a mutant with vast psionic powers, capable of manipulating not only the molecular, but reality itself. This kid is thought to be on a par with the Celestials, and those guys pretty much engineered the Marvel Universe.
Even if Thanos' curse were a factor, Franklin could simply sidestep or even reverse it, so should he have any reason to rid the world of DP, it could be done in the blink of an eye. And though you could argue Franklin is susceptible to a surprise attack through pretty much any means, his precognition would allow him to see Deadpool's assault coming a mile away, and prepare accordingly. He may only be a kid, but trust us, you don't want to get on his wrong side.
Though the lad could simply wish Deadpool out of existence, we prefer to see a more elaborate kill. Franklin has created so-called pocket universes in the past, and were he to create a new one for the occasion, it would operate on parameters of his choosing, i.e. absent of any hint of healing factor. Once teleported to this mini-universe, DP would be at Franklin's mercy, and being the impetuous little bugger he is, Franklin could simply close the universe in on itself, permanently ending Deadpool and sending him into the loving arms of Lady Death.
So there's the list, but who do you think could kill Deadpool? Be sure to leave your thoughts and abuse in the comments below. And if you'd like to win your very own personalised artwork, like this guy, subscribe to our channel and tell us which comic book character and scenario you'd like to appear in. And maybe it'll become a reality. We'll announce the winner at the end of the month. Thanks for watching.